Good morning. Thank you so much for being here today. And guess what happened today? When I woke up, I went to my Spotify podcast account and I saw my follower got subscribed. One follower. Someone finally pressed the follow button. Yes. It's not the number that matter. But it's just a feeling that finally someone out there that found this podcast resonated with them on Spotify. I mean, yes, I have the other subscriber on YouTube, but this is the first time ever on Spotify. And I post on Spotify way before YouTube. And finally, the first subscriber. And what episode is it on now? Well, I think we're on 349, I think. 349, I think. Somewhere around there. Yeah, but if you're listening to this and you're that person, thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for pressing that follow button. It's really mean a lot. Really mean a lot to me. I've just got back from the gym, and today I realized that I'm almost maxed out on a couple more plates. And I'm gonna max out on the squash machine. Everyone's probably maxed it out already, but I'm skinny, and I'm just starting. So, but still, it's impressive. Looking back when I was still like a very beginner, I was starting from the middle. Now I'm almost getting towards the end. And what I've realized that everything counts. Every single morning, every day, every workout sessions, every meal, every morning routine, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, everything counts. Every protein you put inside your body, every less carb or junk foods and then to your body, you feels better. Everything count. And there's no neutral. It's like either you get a plus or you get a minus. You either add something to your life or you're taking something away from you. You're either moving backward or forward in life. There's no middle. Because when there's a middle, then when there's a neutral, you're just sitting there, you're just doing nothing. You're just sitting still all day. Right? You really think about it. It's like everything that we do is either move you towards where we want to be, or pulling us back, holding us back from where we want to be. It's like, if I'm gonna waste my time drinking alcohol and spending time watching some Netflix show, I'm literally making myself getting used to this ease of comfort, pulling me away from the person I want to become. And that person is the one who go to bed early, get up to go to the gym, work, doing something that would make me become that version. But that's the hardest part to do, is to decide to do what's hard and stay away from things that make you feel good in the moment, but you feel like shit later on. It's hard. And I feel like we have to make that decision every single day we wake up. We get out of bed. And now we start making decisions. We choose the life we want to live. But it is so hard to choose a hard path. Because all your brains want to do is to keep you in your comfort. Keep you safe and sound, you know? Especially nowadays. Things are so easy. You want to feel good, you get on your phone, scroll a little bit, you feel good. You want to feel even better, get on your phone, turn on some pornography, and start jacking off. You start playing with yourself. Oh, it feels good. But then you feel like shit afterward. You drink alcohol, you watch Netflix. Not just Netflix, but shows and dramas, and it just draining your soul away. And now you're asking yourself why you don't have it. Feel like you have any energy. Feel like you're just rotting away, you know? I think that's just the hard part. For us to realize that we only have one life, and the only way for us to get the things we want in life, the worthwhile things in life, we have to suffer. Not in a bad way, but suffer the pain of learning. You're reading a book, reading a self-help book, or learning a new skills. It's hard. It's very hard. It's very challenging. Make you want to feel like quitting. But after that, you feel good. You have the knowledge. You become a better version of yourself. But the hard part is to face it head on. Even when your mind's telling you, fuck, go back and scroll on your phone, or doing something simple, doing something that feels good, keep you feels good energy right now. But I think I've said this before, but we're human. Every part of our body is anti-fragile. We break ourselves down, we rebuild, we get bigger. Just like a muscle. You go to the gym, you suffer. You make your muscle suffers. You break them down. They're breaking apart. But then it has the ability to rebuild itself if you give it nutrient, like proteins and amino acids or whatever. And it's starting to rebuild itself bigger and stronger. Just like our mind. Sometimes we have to seek for challenges, things that make us, staying up late at night thinking, or just learn new things, and it's just hard, really challenging. But guess what? You eat healthy food, you have good nutrient, you feel good. But then now your mind is rebuilding itself too. It's become more fucking resilient. You're building calluses on your mind, the way you're thinking, your mindset. And guess what? Before you know it, you become a more resilient, more anti-fragile, And I think that's how we get wiser as we get older, because, we face challenges, we overcome things, and we get wiser as we go, as life goes on. But I feel like if we choose to challenge ourselves more and more and more, then the wiser we get. We don't have to go old to get wise. We can do it now. And let's go back to the saying, everything counts. Everything we choose to do today counts. And I saw some quote the other day, and it say, God give you 56,000 seconds, I think that's what it say, 56,000 seconds a day. And give it 1 second to say thank you. Literally, it take probably 2 seconds to say thank you. Isn't that crazy? We have 56,000 seconds in a day to do whatever the fuck we need to do. But we're so hung up with all these jazz, and I don't know, it's just mind-blowing. But sometimes it's just being grateful for what we have and the life we still have, and be grateful for still having that 56,000 seconds today to spend, because a lot of people didn't get to do that. And I'm not saying, listen to this episode and then go out there and change yourself 360 degree. No, it's not what I'm saying. It's just, we just need to be aware of what we're doing, and everything add up. And doing certain things that we know we shouldn't be doing. Even though we know that it's gonna slow us down, we still want to do it anyway. And it's about the hard choices that we make every day. The promises, the things that we say to ourselves that we're gonna do. But someday I'll do it. But someday is not on the calendar. If you look at the calendar, you see Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday. There's no someday on the calendar. And that's what's so good about us humans, We're very good at putting things aside, hiding them under the rug, and be like, I'll do it one day. Someday I'll do it. I don't feel like doing it right now. And doing this podcast, I've learned so much that if I waited until I have a perfect life, perfect job, everything's lined up, have a relationship, and then I'll start doing this podcast, then I'll probably still on episode 2, 3 right now. Not 340. Episode 2, episode 3. Because I'll still be waiting until I feel like I'm ready. Until I feel like I'm worthy. Until I've mastered my accent so people won't judge the way I sound, or who I am, or where I came from. So they won't know that I was born somewhere else and I moved here. I'll wait. That's what I told myself. I'll wait until I no longer feel like an outsider. I'll wait until I feel like I belong. Then I'll do it. I'll start the podcast. Because I waited, and the right time never came. So I started anyway. But the hard part is not now. It's not the episode 100, 200, or 300. But the hardest one is the episode 1. or two. The first couple ones, it's hard. It's hard because I was afraid that someone's gonna find these podcasts and they're gonna listen, they're gonna judge, they're gonna laugh, they're gonna think I'm fucking stupid for doing this. And even now I still have those thoughts, you know? Like sitting here talking on the microphone by myself like an idiot. You know, it's scary. But you know what I've found from doing these things? Doing something and you scare make you feel more alive. Maybe that's the key ingredient. Because right now my life is a sit-back disaster. Well, not really. But you know, it could have been better. It feels like everything's going wrong. Nothing's going right. But doing this podcast, posting it, make me feel so alive. And it was never about the followers, the views, or the fame. But it is just something that you put out there and that someone find it useful. Someone listen to it and say, oh, I like this one. You know, this one might help me. Might get me to where I want to be. Or stop me from doing things that are not good for me. You know, it's just that one person saying that or think that this podcast is useful. I think that's all that matters. And it's worth the pain and suffer. After all these months and years. Yeah. You will feel more alive when you do something that scares you. I guess that's why people doing skydiving. I'm still working on that. Working on finding the courage to go and do that. You know, let me live my life a little bit. Let me, you know, find a relationship first. And know what it's like first. After a while. You know, it's been a while. Let me go travel first and see the world first. Let me, you know, post more episodes first. And then someday I'll get on that plane and jump up the plane. There you go. You see the word someday again? If I keep on saying that, then I probably won't ever get on that plane. But sometimes that's the hardest part. It's to face your fear and do it anyway. And I'm suffering with that too. I'm dealing with that too. You know, it's like when you feel like you're hitting rock bottom, nothing left to hold on to. Then how the fuck are you expecting me to go do something that get me to where I want to be when life is just feel like a shit-packed disaster? That's hard, you know? But I think it's meant to be. It's meant you to build you into a better version of yourself. Just like Gordon Ramsay say, sometimes you just gotta learn how to dance in the rain. Weather through the storm and just learn how to dance in the rain. I'm getting close to 20 minutes. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope I will see you in the next one.